Alright, so let's go over declaring variables. So what's important about this is sometimes when we try and solve word problems, we may just start writing down equations based on information given and trying to solve it. But if we lose track of what the variables stand for, it's still possible to get the answer incorrect. So normally we'll say like let x equal the number of something, or let y equal the width of a shape, or something of that nature. So let's look at an example. A bookstore charges $20 for the first book and $15 for each additional book. Write an expression to represent the total cost of buying any number of books. Alright, so let's say that we'll let x equal the number of books. So now if we're going to find the cost, total cost, it's going to be based on this information given. So if we buy one book, it's $20. And then it's $15 times number of additional books. Well, let's use x in this equation. So the cost is $20 plus 15, okay, and not just times x, because x is the total number of books, but we already paid for one of them. So the $15 is just for the remainder of the books, or the remaining books. So since we covered the cost of one here, we have one less book to purchase at $15 each. So for example, if we bought 10 books, the cost is going to be 20 plus 15, not times 10, but times the 9 additional. That's why we have to use one less here. Let's look at another example. The length of a rectangle is 5 units longer than the width. If the perimeter is 22 units, how long is the width? Alright, so let's say, let's let w equal the width. And then to represent the length, the length is 5 units longer. So it's going to be the width plus 5. That'll equal the length. So now if we take a look at a rectangle, the length of the width is w, length of this width is w, this is w plus 5, and w plus 5. The perimeter is 22, so all these add up to 22. So we have w plus w plus w plus 5 plus w plus 5 equals 22. But now the key here is that we mentioned, or we set aside what each of these represents. This way when we find our answer, we'll know what to do to find the width and what to do to find the length. So for example here, we'll find out w by combining like terms. So if w plus w plus w plus w, that's 4w. 5 plus 5 is 10. And we have an equation to solve. Minus 10 minus 10. And it's okay if you don't know how to solve this yet. The whole purpose is just to cover the importance of declaring variables. So now we have 4w equals 12. Then to solve for w, since this is 4 times w, we divide by 4. And we get that w is 3. Now since we have this, we could go back to the original and say, since w is the width and w is 3, then the width is 3. The length is w plus 5. It's going to be 3 plus 5, which is 8.